Hello. I just wanted to get a collective reading to, I don't know, I just wanted to connect. But I have no idea what this is going to be about. I have no idea. I don't want it to be about anything specific, so maybe the title. If I title this something specific, then obviously something very specific came through, but I just want to connect. So let's just see if there's a message that you could hear today. Where are you pushing yourself past what you Okay, where are you pushing yourself past what you know is no longer good for you? Past what you no longer, where are you keeping routines and habits in your life that you know are outdated, that you know don't feel good for you anymore, but you keep pushing them, and you kind of, there's moments when you might tell yourself, man, I know that this isn't good, but I'm gonna cut myself a break and I'm just gonna keep going. But you're bulldozing yourself when you do that. When you know that something isn't good for you, it doesn't feel good for you anymore, and you're still trying to make it work in your life. Okay, new opportunities, new beginning. Okay, so you're choosing, okay. You're choosing to move past that now. And I think you may have already made this decision, and you might have, there's probably, this is where the split is. There's always a split when you're doing a collective reading. It's like some people are over here, some people haven't gotten here yet. Some people are, here's where I feel our first split. Some people are still at that part where they're becoming aware of what's ready to let go of, what you're shifting from. There's another group of you who have already become aware of that, and are now, and have been for a while now, actively creating different habits, actively responding differently in your life. This is a really beautiful energy, because it feels mysterious. It feels open and expansive. And I feel like for those of you who have already recently made this decision and are really practicing those new habits, you're putting in the effort. I see you. Those of you who are putting in that effort. And for the people who are still in that part, that whatever, for those of you who are still, you do good at one day, and then the next day you're like, oh, screw it, I'm just gonna do that old habit again, and then it doesn't feel good, and so you try again. If you're in that phase, give yourself a little bit of grace. You're still on this path. This reading is still for you, and this is maybe a nudge of encouragement of what's on the other side of choosing what isn't always easy with this empowerment card. It's not always easy to make the decision that you know is better for you, but it is empowering, and the strength does build on top of itself. You will start to gain momentum. And through this momentum of doing the thing that isn't always easy, but you know is better for you, that feels better in your body in the long run, maybe even in the short term, when you're doing that thing over and over again, or those a lot of things, there could be a lot of changes, you know. This, for a lot of people, this was a full timeline jump. For a lot of people, this was a full switch. And it didn't just happen because you didn't stumble upon this timeline shift. You made the decision to pull yourself out of this mode of being and bring yourself into a higher one. Bring yourself into a different trajectory. You are on a new path, baby, and it is a beautiful one. Yeah, it feels, wow, it just feels expansive. I can feel the energy in the room of just creating so much space. You are creating so much space for yourself right now. It is amazing. You are doing absolutely wonderful things. This has deep manifestation qualities to it. I just feel like you are calling a lot in. You are calling a lot in, and you are claiming it for yourself. And it's happening, babe. It's on the way. Okay, let's just get an idea. Because this card feels so open and so expansive that it's almost like you're in this in-between time of trusting yourself. You're in this in-between period of, hi, we have a little visitor. She loves tarot. You're in this in-between time of keeping the path, keeping the momentum, and trusting that you know what you're working towards. You know what you're building for. And even if you don't know exactly, some of you do, some of you don't, this is how you do it. You're working towards it. You're calling in beautiful things. Let's just get an idea of what it is we might be calling in. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Beautiful. This one, I put it back, but I feel like it was our card too. It was like kind of pissed when I threw it back. Almost felt like, don't play me like that, because in truth, what you're claiming here, what is moving towards you is this, yeah, these do go hand in hand, because what you're claiming and what you're calling in is this ability to, I mean, both of these cards really symbolize transmutation. You're in a process of transmutation, and both of these cards kind of symbol it in a different way, and I think they give you a taste of a little bit of both sides. You know, everyone uses I just realized I forgot to wear my mic. I hope this doesn't sound like garbage. You know that people use butterflies as an example all the time to explain metamorphosis and transformation, because essentially you turn to muck, you go to nothing, and then you reform into something completely beautiful. And in a sense, that there might be a period of that. I feel like this is a sidebar message for someone. This is one of those other splits. Sidebar message. If you feel like you don't know what the hell is happening right now, that's okay. Trust the process of not knowing everything, and trust the process of not being completely put together yet. Trust the process of feeling like you have to fall apart, and root yourself, ground yourself in the ability that, in the trust, in the faith that you have the ability to rebuild yourself back up. Sidebar message. Anyways, this card is bringing so much expressive energy into the world, and partnered with this card, this is all about using, you can either use your pain, your sorrows, your troubles, your shadows to keep you down, to keep you stuck, to be your excuses, or they can be your reason. They can be your fuel to the fire. The light emerges from the darkness. The light emerges from the darkness. That phrase struck me and then silenced me. Just very interesting. I truly just feel like what's coming to you is this ability to turn your life experiences thus far into your posture, into your, this is a lot of digesting. This is a lot of integrating this energy here. I think you have done a lot of integration in order to make this switch into this more empowered way of living and choosing what you do on a daily basis, choosing the things that are good for you, even though they're difficult. But it's not going to take away from the fact that you've experienced the adversity in the first place. You will have that relatability. You'll have that understanding of people who are still there, because there's this idea, this fear, this limiting belief that if we get to be the people that we want to be, we get the life of our dreams, we create it all, that we're going to be bad, that we're bad if we have that, that people are going to look down on us for having that we're going to be different, we're not going to be relatable. And that's not the case, because you've been through the mud, okay? You've been dragged through the dirt, and you understand what it's like to go through certain experiences. We all have our own stories that I don't know why I'm tuning. I always tune into the split, but it's like really palpable in this reading. And when I said that, I just felt like a million splits of just like, which makes this so much more potent, because we all have our own stories. Every single one of us. You have your own story, your own experiences that have created every perfect little part of your story. A beautiful exercise that I'm just thinking of right now that might be helpful for you to help you fully ground into and shift into this expansive energy of claiming yourself fully, integrating all parts of yourself and your experience, so that you can truly anchor, so that you can really show up here now. The exercise is to write a thank you letter to yourself. Write a love letter to yourself. I should say, not a thank you letter, a love letter of all of your experiences, And don't put too much parameters on this. If you get off course, let yourself just journal to yourself. But essentially, this love letter is going to express all that you've been through. You just spit all of your experiences that you've been through, and you're there writing it with yourself, like, oh my God, we had this hard time. And in this writing, acknowledge your growth. Acknowledge what you have overcame. Acknowledge the hardships that you have been through and came out of the other side. A letter of, like, a love letter of acknowledgement of, like, damn, we went through this, but this is where we are now. This is, we got to here, babe. So I don't know why I keep saying babe. You got babe energy. This is a really, really beautiful reading. Oh, 2? Okay, we'll take them. Wild Persephone, exquisiteness, sensuality, uninhibited, soul radiance, radiant creatrix, divine embodiment. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. This is a reclamation of the love that you have given to everybody else in your life and sometimes withheld from yourself. This is a reclamation of that love and a reinstilling, repouring that into yourself. And the most beautiful part is this isn't going to take away from the love that you give in the world. You have created that beautiful, open, expansive space, has created enough room for you to hold so much love that there's enough to go around. There's enough to give love and to receive love, to give love to yourself and to receive love from everybody else. There's just the love that is flowing through this space is so beautiful. And most importantly, it's this reclamation of your sense of self, your sense of identity. This is a slight turn inwards so that when you reemerge, and that some of you, have already done you guys are there. You guys are there, and this is what's happening. This is what's happening now. You are ready. I'm gonna look at these cards. They're so beautiful. You are ready to engage with your life on a deeper level. You are ready to dance with the people in your life from a state of presence and love and deep, 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 deep embodiment. It's unshakable. It's unshakable. The level of presence and embodiment you're claiming. It's absolutely exquisite. I was gonna say it's the best word I can, it's so fitting. It's so fitting. This energy, this essence of you that you are reclaiming, that is purely you. And like that split I felt earlier, this is so unique. You are so unique. You will always be you. Nobody else is going to have every little flavor that you have. Which is why when you emerge from that cocoon back to that butterfly energy, when you emerge and you claim who you are and you are solid, you are a solid embodiment of your spirit, nothing is going to dull that. It's perfection. You are perfection. You are complete perfection. Let's get one more card, and I'm sorry, bear with me because it's in the bottom of my tarot box. Ugh. Okay. Because this spread looks so beautiful. I know the camera's looking at me, but it looks like there's just one more to top it off, and I haven't played with this deck in a long time. but it wants to come through. Actually, no, okay. My kitty wants to go outside. Let's just get our last message here. Hathor light codes, light immersion, full system upgrade, power recall. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? This is a reclamation of your true self, of your power. Back to this card too. You've got this. I feel like this was like an encouragement reading, or at least that's what I felt from it. It's like a keep going. You're doing amazing. You're doing amazing. You've got this. You have got this. And also with the Hathor light codes, this is a blessing from the Hathors. This is a blessing of energy to say that with this decision to make those choices that are better for you, that you know are better for you, with this decision, it's almost like a wipe the slate clean. And when I'm talking about reintegrating your old self with that process of writing yourself a love story, it's not about, oh, I'm never going to be that person anymore. I'm making new decisions. That's not me. It's like, that was a part of you. And in order to fully step into the next version of you, you have to, there's an integration that takes place, but the integration that's taking place is so energetic. It can be so quick, and the physical aspect of it comes from this decision. It comes from you making those new choices. If you're like asking yourself, back to the people who are, maybe a little bit stuck, or for everyone, because you're gonna have good days and bad days, and it's gonna be harder. And if you're asking yourself, when's it gonna be? How do I have this power? It's like, keep doing it. Keep going. The repetition will bring you this support. The repetition of simply the decision to make those choices for yourself will bring you that blessing, that light immersion, that it's changing. Like, that's the timeline shift. It's like every action you make different, every choice you make that's feels better for you, or in the long run, it's better for you. That's what's going to bring you that refresh, that wipe clean, so that you can emerge as a more authentic version of yourself that truly feels better. It's like the weight. This is just like almost, it's just like washing away all of these old versions, old stories, old patterns, it's just a washing clean. And what's left behind, it's you. It's you. And that's what everyone's going to feel. And that's what everyone's going to see. And you're going to feel that too. If it feels hard, if it feels tiring right now, know that it will get easier. Know that it will get easier. Because more and more of you is coming online. More and more of your true self is coming through. And that in itself has so much more sustainable energy behind its movements, behind its actions. You are crushing it. And I think this is a beautiful, beautiful blessing. And hopefully encouraging to just tell you that I see you doing the hard work, and it will pay off. You have a lot of good things coming to you. That expansive, open energy felt like the void. It felt like, where everything comes from. You have access to anything and everything. Like that's why I felt manifestation energy. It's like you will be able to create and call in absolutely anything with this energy. So keep going. Keep making the choices that you know will benefit you and everyone else and everyone else in the process. You are amazing. Keep going. I love you guys. Have a good day.